Do you need a mobile app? The portable computing revolution has taken hold. 50-60% of the entire population is using smartphones, iPads, tablets. They want to talk to you. They want to learn what's on your website. Mobile apps are the answer. They're proliferating everywhere. And this is a good opportunity to just kind of understand what a mobile app is and why you need one and how to go about implementing. That's why I'm talking with Jamie Wallingford here at Capstone Consulting in Omaha, Nebraska. Jamie, you do a lot of mobile apps. Tell us, does everybody need one? What's the basic gist? What's the little background on who needs a mobile app?
Sure, I would say any organization that their customers or employees need access to their data can benefit from having a mobile app.
Okay, so it's just, as long as you need information from a company and you have a portable computing tool, you might want to consider having a mobile app. Is that right? Okay. Now, do you do it from a tactical point of view or strategically? What's the best way to think about kind of getting into it, since most of us are unfamiliar? And what are the pros and cons of a tactical or a strategic approach?
Well, I wouldn't say there's one right way or wrong way about doing it. Depending on your organizational needs, your customers' needs, a tactical approach may be appropriate to get out there, time to market, get in front of your customers.
Okay, so right off the bat, you might want to just do one, see how it works for you, and get into the marketplace. Maybe there's some time-related variable. Okay, now let's say, for instance, somebody says to you, we want to do it right. We want to think ahead and be foresighted because we realize mobility may be a part of our business in the future. Right. Tell me a little bit about that kind of a project and what they should be thinking about, those kinds of people.
Well, I mean, not like I said, not one's right or wrong.
Sure.
But I would be asking them to, one, make sure that they actually have a business need that they're fulfilling with a mobile app rather than just doing it.
Okay, now hold on. So in other words, there's some information that their customers aren't getting unless they, put it into a mobile app.
Yes.
All right, so that's number one. Keep going.
And then I would be taking a look at what their customers or employees are using so that they can determine what type of devices that they need to be developing this app.
Okay, so now we're talking about what's the hardware and software that's currently being used to get all or part of that information anyway, and so on. Okay, so that makes sense. Is it typically kind of like a one functionality, or does a mobile app have broad functionality?
All of the above.
Oh, really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is it hard to make the decisions about how to configure and design an app like that, or do you just ask a few basic questions and go off and come back a week later and say this is what we think we should do?
It can be very easy.
It's that easy, huh? We don't need Jamie Wallingford. No, go ahead.
But or it can be extremely difficult depending on what they're trying to accomplish with their application.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I know the projects probably can be simple or complex, short-term, long-term, but what would you like to see ideally if you were a business owner? All right. If you were the one buying an app from an expert like yourself, what would you be thinking of, and what would you cram into the project that would make it A+?
Analytics, deployments, how you're going to deploy to your customers or employees to make sure that's involved.
Excuse me, on deployment, do you usually test? You go through a little testing period?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know. All right, keep on going. I'm sorry to interrupt.
But yeah, making sure that you're collecting the data that you need, and that you're filling the need that's out there.
Yeah. So if we get into the testing mode, and then you say, well, is this good now? Are we satisfying your needs? And they say, not really. It's not really the exact information I was looking for in the first place. Can that happen?
Hopefully not, because hopefully we're working together as a team in a partnership that throughout the development, before we even get to the point of you testing, you're already aware of what you're getting, and you're pleased with what's coming out.
Now, do people use apps, mobile apps, for branding purposes? And if so, what would be an example? Like their logo comes up a lot, or how does that work?
Well, the app, you would answer yes.
Yes.
Absolutely, people use it for branding. But it could be as simple as background of their app, could be the logo. But yeah, I mean, you can have a lot of branding where it's constantly plugging your user with your brand.
Sure, or content that builds your brand.
Right. Could be subtle. Could be right in your face. Every app is different.
Sure. All right. Well, are there any particular industries, if you had every single industrial titan in front of you right now, all right, all the business categories in the world, who do you think needs to jump on the mobile app train and pretty gosh darn fast? For instance, I'd think of retailers. They got to have apps, although a lot of them are small. So I mean, they're probably thinking a mobile app would never work for them.
Well, I would say all of the above work.
Yeah.
And really it comes down to serving your customer or your employees' needs. So any industry Employees and customers have needs to get access to your data,
Sure.
to their information.
Sure. Well, Jamie Wallingford, what if somebody says, I'm skeptical, I don't want to do that, I'm not going to get into that thing, I'm going to hold off for a few years and see what other guys I know that are in my business do. What could conceivably happen? What's the downside, Jamie Wallingford here at Capstone Consulting?
Well, definitely there's a lost opportunity cost. I mean, you could definitely lose your place in the market. Somebody else could come in your space, do a mobile app. They'll gain the customers, or that
especially the younger innovators or early adapters kind of drift away maybe from doing business with you to somebody else that provides the right information right here, right now. I think that's basically the gist of the mobile app revolution. We're right here at Capstone Consulting. These are the people you can speak to about how to get into this world. It's inevitable. You've got to do it the right way, strategically, tactically. Either way, Jamie Wallingford can help you out along with the team at Capstone Consulting. Thanks for watching. I'm Lynn Hinderrocker at WildBiz TV.